House payments can take up a large part of one's income, and when budgets are tight, sometimes those payments fall behind. Today, the Poverty Bound campaign in Brainerd focused on housing. Becky Parker tells us about housing struggles and even homelessness in the area.
When Vicki Floor and Ron Barron's two young daughters got sick, they struggled to keep up with their bills.
We got behind on house payments and ended up foreclosing on our home. And so then we had to move in with my sister. Well, that was what option we had at the time, was to move in with my sister.
In the two-bedroom house, the family of 6 slept in one room. Stories like theirs are not uncommon and are examples of situational poverty.
I think a lot of people don't understand that low income, or the translation poverty, is often with families who do have incomes that are working hard. They are just struggling to make ends meet.
People just really need to take a moment to think about why people are where they're at, instead of just assuming that, you know, they're bad people or they're not financially smart.
The Lakes Area Habitat for Humanity built an affordable home for Vicki and Ron, and a year after moving in, that's helping them make ends meet. But not every story has a happy ending. For thousands of Minnesotans, the problem isn't inadequate housing, but no house at all. More than 20,000 people used homeless programs in Minnesota last year, and thousands more resort to couch hopping and sleeping in cars. Brainerd's New Pathways provides services to area homeless families with children.
The community doesn't see it necessarily. We live in northern Minnesota. It gets colder here, and a lot of times, you know, people are able to stay with a friend or a family tonight and a new friend or family tomorrow night. In the summer, a lot of times families will utilize tents or cars. So it's not necessarily that you see families on the street that you can identify as homeless.
New Pathways helps families towards self-sufficiency through the Interfaith Hospitality Network. 18 local churches provide shelter, meals, and support. It's the only shelter for the homeless in the Lakes area and has served more than 220 families since opening just 5 years ago.
We've also had to turn away over 100 families.
From poor living conditions to homelessness, the leaders of these programs say it's present in this community and it could happen to anyone. Becky Parker, Lakeland News.
And both the Lakes Area Habitat for Humanity and New Pathways Incorporated held open houses today.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.